Hello again. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I've put the camera in the garage, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make a tension tool for a lever lock. But to be a bit different, I'm going to make it out of a core, out of a Euro cylinder, and a couple of keys. So the first thing I need to do is to drill an hole through there. So I'll move over to the drill and just do that. Obviously, at some stages, I'll have to edit the volume and whatnot because it's going to be a bit noisy. So let's move over to the drill. Right, I've set my drill up. What I've done is I've got my keys and I've measured the thickness of that, which is 5.3 or 5.2. So the drill I'm going to use is a 5.5. So it'll give us a little bit of room when we actually drill down the centre of that. So I've put a 5.5 drill in the machine, and what I'm going to do now is try to drill down there. I can't centre punch it because obviously it's the keyway, so I can't punch it, so I'm hoping the drill will just kick in anyway. So let's have a go at doing that. Right, I've managed to do that okay. I've drilled an hole down the centre of that, and I've not come through the other end, which I didn't want to do. So we just put this bit of bar in, push it to the bottom, put your fingers on there, and then see how far down you've gone, look. And that's about perfect, that is, so that'll do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this key, and I'm just going to cut the end off there, and file it down, cut this off, and then leave a little nib on it, because this will be ideal for picking the curtain side mortise locks. So I'll stick this in the vise. We've got the key clamped in the vise, so first of all I'm just going to cut the top part of the key off. That now fits in there like so. The beauty about using these cores, this is what made me think of it. The actual bottom there, that's going to be perfect to rest your pick wire in. So hopefully it'll all work. So you can see where I'm going now up to now, can't you? That's going to be the gist of it. Now we're going to cut this down and file it down and just leave the nib on. So we'll do that next. We'll just cut it down here. Like so. And stick him in the vise there. And cut the other piece off. And then put that bit in there, because we only want a little nib on that. Like so. So that'll be plenty, that will. That's all you need, just that little nib. So what we need to do now is we need to file all this flat. So again, back in the vise. So you want to keep filing down, so you're probably about halfway down. You don't want it too low because you'll take the strength out of it, but you don't want it too high because if it's a tight keyway, you won't get your wiring. So we'll just continue filing that. So yeah, so that's coming together now. So the next thing we need to do is we need to drill right through there and out the other side, and then actually tap it all the way through. And then after that, we'll use these keys, we'll cut the ends off, and we'll thread them on the end. So what we'll do actually, while we've got the camera on the vise, we'll just get these keys and we'll just cut the ends off. When you cut it off, you need to just cut where it's straight, just below that taper. That's the one done. That's the other one done. So yeah, so obviously what we'll do is we'll put a thread on them. I've managed to put a 5mm thread on, and you can see it very clearly. But as this shank was 5.2, I've had to file it down a bit. So what I did is I just put it in the vise. And then I just went round the edge with a file. Be careful not to go too deep. Just need to go round and take a couple of mil off. So we'll do that and then we'll get the thread on it. So I filed it down a little bit. I've took about 2mm off it. Just twist it slowly to start with, so that it starts biting. That's it. Once you've got it biting like that, stick a bit of oil in, and then just run it down. Go back and forth just to let the little bits of swarf come out. Well, my hands are getting in the way, but I normally go down just till it comes out the top of the die, but you can go down as far as you want, to be honest. So that's it. There we go. There's your threaded end. So that's both the key ends threaded up now. What I use, I'll just show you quickly. That's all I've got. I ain't got no expensive tools. That cost about 10 quid. So what we need to do now is we need to drill an hole right through this and then tap it out. So what I'm going to do first is just file a little flat edge just so I can get the centre punch on it. All we want is a little flat edge there. Just enough to get the centre punch on it. It just makes it easier to punch it, that's all. What I do is once I've punched it and I've started, because you can't give much welly on it, I just take it out the vise and then stick it on top like that. And that way you can give it a good punch, look. That's it, we can drill that now. So back over to the drill. Right, I've put it in the drill vise, so we're ready to drill through. I'm using a 4.5mm drill because it's going to be a 5mm tap, so I always go 1/2mm smaller. So yeah, let's drill this hole through then. There you go, that's the hole drilled right through. So we're going to tap that out now, and then we can put our keys in. So back to the vise. So let's get this threaded then. We'll just clamp him up in the vise. 5mm tap. In the hole we drilled. Just start him off slowly. And the same as before, you do a few screws in and then a few out just to get rid of all the debris. You want to go all the way through with this. You see it coming through now. There we go. So hopefully now those keys, what we did, will fit nicely into there. Once we get this out. There we go. So that one should go into there like so. And the one in the other end. Now you can see where we're going with it. There you go, look. So the next stage is just to drill another hole, the same we've done, but this time tap it out with a 4mm tap, because I'm going to put 2 4mm grub screws in there, which will then hold the key in place. So yeah, it's the same principle again. I'm going to file a little bit off the top there, flat, centre punch it, drill a 3.5mm hole all the way through, and then tap it out with a 4mm tap. So we'll do that next. And there we go, there's the hole punched for the 3.5mm drill. So yeah, we'll drill right through that and then we'll tap that out. So back to the drill. So it's clamped up in the drill vise again. I've got a 3.5mm drill in, so let's drill through. And there we go, that's the second hole drilled. So we'll tap that out now with a 4mm tap. All clamped up in a vise, so let's tap it out. Same as before, but this time a 4mm tap. It's so much easier working with brass as well. That's why if I make anything, sorry about the squeaky noise. Let's just put it over there. If I make anything, I always try to use brass. So much better to work with. You don't want to go all the way through this. So we're almost there, to be honest. There's your 4mm hole. So what we've got is we've got some little 4mm grub screws. I mean, you don't have to do this. What you can do is you can drill your hole further down or have these levers a bit higher up, and you can just use your levers to hold the key in place. So you don't need to do the grub screws really. I do because I like to have this at the end. But horses for courses. And again, if you don't want to keep the keys on, you can just cut them off there, the tops of the keys, and just have the little brass bars. But I thought I'd do it just because it's a bit of a novelty looking thing, this. So then that's going to go in there because, as I say earlier, hopefully the wire will be nicely in there. But if it doesn't, all we have to do is just run a file down it and open it up a little bit. So yeah, let's give that a little tap. It's in nice and tight. Turn your grub screws up. There we go. Unfortunately, that isn't quite deep enough for the pick wire. So what we're going to do is just stick it in the vise, put a triangle file in there and widen it up a bit. And then we should have it all ready to rock and roll. So yeah, just clamp him in there, get a triangle file and just open it up. That's better. Almost there, just a little bit more. And I think all it'll need then is a good clean up and be ready to pick a lock with it. There you go. Now your pick wire sits perfectly on top of that key. So that's it, all done. What we'll do is we'll give it a good clean up and then I'll pick a lock with it after. But that's it basically. An homemade tension tool out of a couple of old keys and the core out of a Euro cylinder lock. Lovely jubbly. I've cleaned it up a bit. It's not come out too bad in all honesty. It's a bit quirky, it's a bit different. But I don't think no one else has made a tension tool out of a core from a Euro cylinder lock and a couple of old keys. So yeah, that's it for now. I will do a video later on of me picking a lock with this. But until then, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Try it a bit.